4, 3, 2. Good afternoon, internets. It is 2:28 on 2:28. I promise this was not intentional. Just a happy little accident. It is the last day. I'm saying it is the last day of Black History Month, but don't you ever get it twisted. Every day we're alive is Black History. It's me, your friend, Chris Kennard, the Princess of Port Richmond. Ham Kavina is her name. Long shall she reign. I am joined always English? Do you speak it? I am joined by the incredible, the intelligent, the handsome Haystack West, good old Los. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
You already know. Hi, how are you?
You know it. I love it. Hey, I didn't tell you this before we started chatting, but rest in peace to Jenkins and Jones.
Yeah, dog, that hurt. Oh man, I was out grocery shopping with my mom yesterday, and like they had just started the episode as I was leaving the house, and I'm like, giddy because I've been getting used to hanging out with the live chat and all that and whatnot. We've just been geeking with them, and they made the announcement. I was like, what? Bro,
can't have shit in this world, bro.
That hurt, dog. You know what, man? And there was a lot of Rory and Maul slander too because the volume just picked them up. So the volume just picked up Rory and Maul and dropped Jenkins and Jones.
If you broke, just say that.
This has all been the span of 2 weeks. Now, I listen to Rory and Maul. Why? Because I sided with them when they split up with Joe Budden.
Most people did.
Do Maul constantly catch shit because of his?
Is he still rocking with OVO?
Of course he is.
Yikes!
But I'm not here for Maul. I'm here for mostly Damaris and Rory. So
is Damaris there? Is Damaris their man in the booth? The man on the controls?
Yeah, pretty much at this point. She's the the co-pilot. Make sure they don't go too off the rails.
Bless her.
I love her. And then Rory, he's the one that usually goes off the rails, but that's because Rory likes to joke about everything. And so sometimes he'll go too far and be like, fuck you, that's funny. That's why I fuck with Rory. But Maul, where I'll be like, all right, I get why people don't fuck with him. I'll be like, sometimes he makes points. Sometimes. He's like a broken clock.
Well, that just tells me because I haven't listened to that particular podcast since Earl came to visit, and I'm just like, well, I'm not really necessarily missing anything, and I know something is happening in the world when people are sampling taking the clip from the show and entering it into the discourse of the week. But if that's the kind of time that they're on, I'm not really missing anything. But I am just gonna miss listening to Jenkins and Jones every so often and hearing the guys go motherfucking Mike, because that's my favorite part of the whole show.
Dog. We were I don't know if you saw the episode, but we were really in the live chat just running back all of our favorite memories from that show. Dog, they had so many bangers for memories, dog. When Tom Brady got his divorce and they started making fun of Tom Brady. Where's your family, dude? Where's your family, dude? Oh my gosh, dog.
Hey.
Dog. What throughout this whole Drake and Kendrick beef, anytime they would talk shit about Drake, right?
Yeah.
John would just so happen to have his son with him, his baby son with him.
Oh yes, he'd have the baby in his arms and all that. I know this. This is one of the jokes that I actually know.
We talked about that. We talked about the more heartfelt moments when, Baby Shola did come into the world and, Tyler got the Godfather and I. That was an emotional moment. That was an extremely emotional moment. We talked about talked about the Beast bracket. That was the most fun thing. No, we got to do that again. One way or another, the Beast bracket got to live on. Every summer, we got to do something like that.
I know that RDC World, you know, the guys who do like all those great LeBron sketches,
Yeah.
who also like stream on Twitch. They attempted to like do one of those, not to like the exact extent of the Jenkins and Jones, John, but just like because like it's a content house of like 7 guys, and it's like, just like all on stream, like what is like the strongest animal? Just like real caveman hours, like I could definitely fight like a panther. Word type shit.
Well, I just recently thought of well, not even thought of. I just came back around to when Trilly and Coley were in Barstool, and they did.
Woof.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like also they did this fictional debate, and that was a smash because what they did was, right, it was like a 5-on-5 basketball matchup, right? They were basketball matchups, and they just made fantasy teams based on like a certain subject. So they had one team called Serial Mascots. Bro, Serial Mascots were like the best team ever in these fictional debates, dog. It got to a point where they started making teams, and the theme was that they were like the counterparts to like the cereal mascot, to each cereal mascot, right? They had the Hypno Frog going against Diggum.
Hey. Hold on now.
They had the guy that made insulin, that invented insulin, going up against Sugar Bear.
Hey, bro. Hold on. That is enough.
Bro, when I tell you that, dog, this team was manufactured to be, and Trilly pointed it out. That's made it funnier, right? Because like when they were naming the team or whatever, like they were doing the lineup, everybody else is like confused about who all like what's the point of it. So Trilly was like, this isn't my team, but I think I know what's going on here, right? So when they announced the entire lineup, he goes, all right, so this is a team of people that, you know, they got something for the cereal mascot. So when they get to
monster
the debate,
fuckers.
So when they get to the debate, dog, or like they had Azog the Destroyer from Lord of the Rings going up against the Keebler Elf. So when they actually get through the debate, somehow, some way, the cereal mascot still win. All because Sugar Bear has the guy that invents insulin in hell. The entire game. Diggum's putting up 40 points.
Oh, he locked him down.
Bro, when I tell you that the cereal mascots were so good, they like created the little logo for it, for the little fictional debates. Why the logo ended up being a silhouette of Sugar Bear.
This is the equivalent of...
I said, we got to do something like that. That's what I want to do. Because they never really 100% finished it out, like saw it through. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a like, you know, season of it, but then when they started the second season, well, that happened.
You know.
So
if you know, you know.
They were you know, they were a couple episodes to the second season that Dave Portnoy likes the N-word. So
hey, before we like get to like the main course of our warm-up, I saw something last night and I thought of you.
What?
So, are you familiar with like the network known as Dropout TV?
I am not.
For lack of a better term, there's a lot of just like improv on that specific channel. Lots of just like niche internet celebrities and such. And this one fella, I believe his name is Brendan Lee Mulligan, and a show on Dropout is called Dimension 20, and I'm pretty sure it's like live D&D, and they're doing a new series with 4 superstars I know you happen to know. So Brendan Lee Mulligan, he's the DM, and it's like a Greek mythology setting for like the campaign is called Titan Takedown, starring Kofi Kingston Xavier was Chelsea Green and Bailey as like the players in the game.
Oh shit.
And it's like 4 episodes long, and it's like gonna be like it's like they did like an ad for it yesterday, and I'm like, this actually seems like some shit I want to watch because I'm really shitty at playing D&D, but like playing it with your friends is so much fun because you're bullshitting for like 3 hours.
I don't know, like here's my thing on D&D, right? I'm not a fan of D&D. However, I'm looking at the concept of the show. It might get me into D&D.
And that's the best thing about fucking D&D. Like you have to hone through some shit to like the people that you're playing with. Like the DM has to know how to like get the most out of people playing the game to keep them engaged. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels for like a week and a half and the campaign never gets finished.
It becomes a boring ass game of Monopoly that you just quit on eventually.
100%. It's happened time and time again. But just like but like it's all about like it's about like making the soup at the end of the day. It's like who's gonna eat it, who's gonna help me make it. Let's see where it goes. And like with those 4 superstars in particular, you have just a lot of just like great banter waiting to happen because it seems that we got the New Day not in like they aren't clocked in, if you know what I'm saying. It's very up down Kofi and Xavier. So like, you know, it seems they recorded that particular thing before like Kofi shaved his mustache. So like,
hey, that is a nasty look, might I add.
Bro, he like no, because like here's the thing. Like if I can say a thing about like Black people, like if you told people like yes, we know that Kofi Kingston's not Jamaican, but like we just assume he was just like Black. But like when you tell bro he's African, you're like, what do you mean by that? You like the cognitive dissonance doesn't like take place. But when man shaves the mustache, they're like, oh, gotcha. He's African.
I get it.
And I don't know what this is about me or about just like being American. That just makes that make sense. But I hate that for us.
Look, all I know is that any facial hairstyle with the missing top lip mustache is a nasty facial hairstyle.
I ain't finna yuck nobody's yum. If it works for you, I love it for you.
That's like
I, for one, hate my facial hair.
5 of nasty facial hair fashions, dog. Like, at least with the curly mustache, you can make that shit look like diabolical cool. You know what I'm saying? You can't make no mustache at the top and then facial hair anywhere else look any type of cool. That's why I make fun of what's the name of fucking Invincible.
What's my boy's name? Omni-Man?
Nah, Omni-Man. The motherfucker that
the Immortal.
Yeah, there it is. That's the irony of it all. He essentially the same thing as Invincible.
But actually, you're not. It wouldn't. No, don't get me. Don't distract me. We have work to do. Don't distract me. It's funny you're talking about like watch the segue. It's funny you're talking about a guy you make fun of. I saw somebody cut a promo and I'm like, oh, there's also his favorite superstar. It's your good old friend Ricochet in his like heel bag on AEW. Would you like to explain to the audience why you like have such a bone to pick with good old Ricochet?
I want you to think of the corniest motherfucker that you know. And tell me why it's Ricochet. Right? Because, listen, that motherfucker got Randall Weems energy. You know what I mean? Like real curly from Hey Arnold type of energy. Real not necessarily curly, more Eugene from Hey Arnold type of energy. Like just very, milk toast and bland. And just as a general personality, his aura, his being, you know how I'm talking right now, like this is my energy, this is my get down generally. Ricochet has the get down of a 30-somethings-year-old white guy from the 1960s who was doing well in his career in Wall Street. You know what I mean? like real. He has a real Leave It to Beaver type vibe to him. You know what I'm saying? So when he tries to act all heelish, it's like, this shit don't move me, bro. Like, you're better off saying, yeah, well, you got another thing coming here, bucko, or or a fucking it's just real bland, you know? Real bland.
All right.
I just never could get down with Ricochet. That motherfucker
All
moving
right.
the ring now.
All right. If I may, I'm gonna try something else. Let's see if it works.
Okay.
Okay. Did you hear that at all?
Slightly. Yes.
All right. Well, objection. Like real Ace Attorney vibes. Not to me like be like the devil on Ricochet's shoulder, but just like not what's the term? Be the devil's advocate. Like my whole thing is this. Oh,
I nailed it. I figured it out. Okay. You know how I was throwing out a bunch of names and I was trying to figure out the NG? You know what I'm saying? Have you seen Malibu's Most Wanted?
No, I have not. Break it down for me.
Fuck. All right, so
do it for the person who does know that reference.
Long and short of Malibu's Most Wanted, right? Jamie Kennedy, he a Wangston.
Oh God!
Boy, right?
I know who that is, though. I know who that is.
He comes across Regina Hall, who is essentially hired by Jamie Kennedy's father to pretty much like fuck up Jamie Kennedy straight. And so Regina Hall, she hires her cousin and his homeboy, who's Taye Diggs and Anthony Anderson, who are actors, to, you know, act as gangsters and try to like scare Jamie Kennedy straight. So that's the premise of the entire movie, right? Ricochet act like Taye Diggs' character in that movie.
I see the vision. I see, because I know Taye Diggs. I know his body of work. I know how he moves around here, like when he's doing media. So like, I see it. I see the vision. I see it.
Now extrapolate that by like an additional 50 to 65%. And that was Taye Diggs' character in Malibu's Most Wanted. So like when he was not trying to act gangster, he was like, excuse me, Sandra, I just want to know when is our money coming in, because we really need to make ends meet, because I need to get portfolio snaps and like it's just real proper. You know what I'm saying? That's Ricochet.
Real suburban.
He's more suburban than I am.
Very like, all right. Let me try one out. Real Tom Dubois.
Bong bong. There it is.
Okay.
Here's the top. Mr. Dubois. Mr. I like to see niggas peeing on people. Yeah. That's Ricochet.
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, that's a good Riley Freeman. Nigga, you gay.
And what's the statute of limitations on that?
Lord have mercy. Pay what you owe, Santa.
Pay what you owe. Like, God damn, Regina King is goated for that. I love it.
Hey, bruh, run her all, give her all the things. Like nothing but respect for my goat. Okay, nothing but respect for my goat.
Regina Hall, Regina King. Those are two of my favorite actresses.
The goats, bruh. But like, my whole thing is this, right? Ricochet is a stupendous pro wrestler. Like, has been for a long time. I feel I'm very glad he made the move to AEW, where he gets to just like bullshit around for like the last, like, I don't know, like, because who's to say how many good years he has left in like his tank? But at least he gets to like goof off for like the last like decade or so, if he's got another decade in him, if he's preserving his body and shit like that. Like he paid his dues in the indies, got worldwide renowned in Japan, became an international, like solidified his work in the Fed, and now it's just like he's bullshitting in AEW. And like I'm happy he gets to do that because he wouldn't have had a chance to like get any like half-baked ideas off in creative via the Fed. Because we don't like, because if a person who enjoys wrestling only knows Ricochet from WWE, we know nothing about the guy. Yeah. Like, because even when like, because I remember I was watching like the compilation of Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, like the rise of like them like getting their sauce. They introduced Ricochet as a foil to Carmelo, and I'm like, I only barely can tell the difference between the two, because I'm not all like two superstars I'm not all in on are Carmelo Hayes and Mercedes Moné. Like I feel it, but like I feel like the Moné thing works for me now because like I feel like with like when Sasha Banks was Sasha Banks in like WWE, there's so much happening besides her, like it doesn't compare in my eyes. But like her being away from the Fed and just like raising the stock of other companies as like the attraction to see in action in the ring, like her current like gimmick as the CEO of AEW, Miss Four Belts Moné, like it's working like gangbusters because she's elevating the other talent around her when they compete against one of her when they compete against her.
Which meanwhile, like, because it's just essentially the same as what she did for NXT.
But honestly, I hated the legit pods concept. Like, I didn't think it rolled off the tongue. Like, the presentation, flawless. Like, I saw some people who never seen like the Bayley Sasha match at NXT for the belts, and her coming to like the ring in the big truck with like the 4 bodyguards. Like,
if they just called her the boss, that would have worked instead of the
legit boss. Hated that shit. Hated
part. It. You don't need the legit. There's no need to talk about legitimacy when it comes to this bit. You're a boss. That's it. That's all.
Like Boss Banks.
However you conduct yourself.
Boss Banks would have been perfect.
That's boss. That's considered boss shit, and it worked. That's how that works. That's how the concept works. And while WWE fumbled that, AEW seems to have figured it out. So
yeah, it's simple to like, like put Shorty in like the driver's seat. She can like, she knows what she wants to do with the gimmick, and like it's paying off in dividends. Because I never would have thought any black wrestler, like man or woman or non-binary, would hold 4 belts from 3 different companies on the reg.
Off the heels of main eventing the first, right? Being the first female, one of the first 2 female black women, black women.
There you go. Come on now. Women's Month is right next month.
Yeah, but to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah,
like that's never been done before. She did something that was never done before, and somehow the WWE still dropped the ball in appreciating her, and that's when she started going off.
And kudos to her putting Bianca over. You know what I'm saying? Because like, as far as my perception of like
that worked out.
Like, as far as my perception of the WWE universe is concerned, Bianca is always going to be over with the fans. Like, she literally cannot take an L as far as I'm concerned. Like, she's the ideal superstar for that kind of company. Every women's wrestler who wants to work for the Fed should aspire to like a Bianca Belair as far as just like, like presentation in the ring and just perception online. Is like, we just want to see more of her because she keeps on just like, wow, like what a spectacular like athlete that we're bearing witness to and things of that nature. But back to Ricochet. Back to Ricochet. All I really want to say is that like, I love the fact that like Ricochet's in on the joke that he's a herb. Like here's what I noticed. Like, like Dirty Dominic Mysterio, if he comes out and cuts a promo, they will not let that man speak one syllable. And that's just like the power of his stock right now. Ricochet, he has heat, but he can still cut the promo. And like, I like that for him because like, it's not like it's a different kind of heat. And like I can appreciate that. Like it's clear that like it's silly, and I'm like, it's not too silly, because like it's a very dangerous game to be like the funny bad guy. Because what else could he have been? Because like if he was doing the same shit in the Fed, no one would want to watch him wrestle. At least this way, he can still still do his Ricochet shit along with like guys he's known in the industry all his professional life, and like people like can't wait to boo him when he comes on TV, and like him wearing the motherfucking like Super Bowl champion Eagles hat in his promo was like, oh, bravo, sir. And plus, like now we have a bit of like turmoil between Swerve and Prince Nana, which I wouldn't have perceived without like Ricochet being in the mix, like throwing the wrench in their relationship and things of that nature. Because as over as Swerve is as a wrestler and as a personality, like we can't, like Nana is like the creme de la creme. We can't do this without Nana. And like with Nana being like, if like you can't lock in and get this guy and get this schmuck out of our faces, I may not be able to represent you anymore. And that breaks my fucking heart, bro.
How the fuck did he drive a wedge between Strickland and Nana?
So like, right now, like Ricochet, Nana has this like elaborate golden ass robe that he'll wear. And Ricochet stole it, and he wears it in every promo. Just like is wearing this man's swag, talking crazy, doing this thing. And Nana's like, bro, you need to like fix my legacy, because like I'm taking a lot of bullets for you, and I can't keep doing this shit if you're letting this like schmuck make a mockery of me. Because like I can't wrestle no more.
Because I know you swore Strickland, but how does that make me look?
Yeah, that's 1,000%.
Because like, turn, how does that make you look? Like you gotta understand, this is just about you. Like you gotta.
We out here together.
It's just about you, but it's also about you. You know what I'm saying? So you need to get my shit back, bro.
Yeah, it's like spin the block for me, or I can't in good faith like continue to represent you.
Right. And
I
wouldn't blame him for that. But nonetheless, like my thing with Ricochet is that who also tried to be in on his own joke, and he was the butt of the joke?
Who was that?
Do you remember this past summer?
Roman Reigns?
Mm-mm.
Who, bruh?
Jimmy Brooks.
Jimmy Brooks. Who that is? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, no. And I got something for that.
Bullshit? Yeah.
I and you're like, I hear you. But here's the difference. And I only know this because I listen to Black women. I know this difference. The difference being, because someone pointed out, because I was listening to Ole and Friends, and they pointed out that every like big rap superstar has a good woman behind him. You know what I'm saying? And like, that boy Aubrey Graham, he ain't got no good woman behind him except his mother. Enough respect to that woman. But here we have Ricochet playing like the cornball on TV. Who we got waiting at home for him? Miss Samantha Irvin. And she wouldn't let him be out, but she would not let him be out here acting an ass, making her look stupid. She would not let him do that. Yes.
We also got to look at the other side of the fence of what that might say for Samantha herself. Oh, what that says about her, what that may say about her herself.
I don't know if I want to go down that road, but I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just stating the implications here. Like,
I don't want to go down that road. I want to go down that road. What, two peas in a pod?
Monday Night Raw implies a Monday Night condom. I don't know. Like,
take it easy, champ. Take it easy, champ.
Hey,
bro, you got too much dip on your chip, bro.
I'm just saying, it's just like, while we can say all we want about Ricochet, we can do so much defending about Samantha.
Nah, bro.
After a
Let's
certain
go.
point, this nigga's so much of a herb that I don't know. It's make you look like a herb, Sam.
Nah. What? Who was that? Who was that guy we were talking about on Facebook? That famous brother who like bagged a baddie. Who are we talking about recently in the comments? You and I.
That's a lot of those these days.
Nah, because it was like, we were talking about Miss Ma'am and Benny Blanco.
Oh, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco.
Yeah, because it's like because like knowing who she used to date. Hey, bro, chill. Lock in, bro. Lock in, bro. Lock in. It's the Black History Month, bro. It's the Black History Month, bro. Lock in.
Damn, dog. It's not over.
Hey.
That's the first time.
Look, bro. Her big bros is Steve Martin and them. I'm not trying to get litigated, bro. Take it easy.
Shit, Steve Martin.
That's big, bro. You know she got shooters, allegedly, in Minecraft.
Father of the bride?
Listen. Moving on, bro. Hey, speaking of father, we're just gonna like move right on, bro. I'm not trying to get litigated today, bro. Lo, shut up, man. Shut up and let our OG speak. Today's episode is Roosters Groovers. It is episode 15 of Haystack Hates Your Music. Tell us about Yo Faja.
Sure. Most certainly. I gotta take this moment to, I guess you could say, give him his Reese's cups, not flowers, because flowers aren't his thing, but Reese's cups are.
He definitely an old head. Mm-hmm.
My old man was the bassist of a go-go band that was prominent around late 80s, early 90s named Mass Extension. And it was a group that was essentially my dad's side of the family. So my uncles and my aunt Vicky, whose birthday was yesterday. So happy belated on.
Happy belated on Vic.
So they were a big deal, essentially because my late Uncle Gary was the drummer.
The drummer that Mr. Brown poached, yes?
Exactly. Yeah. So
he said
once that happened, they took off for the most part, and they had a bit of a run. But and once your more prominent go-go bands, your Backyard, your UCBs, they all started coming in, and essentially like how
it was a wave, no?
Rap doesn't sound the same as it used to anymore.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened in go-go. And like my dad's group was like the earlier the boom booka 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 book to UCB and CCB's. Once they came in and started progressing and so on and so forth, it's like my dad is still good friends with Genghis from Backyard to this day.
That's fire.
They still talk. They still talk from time to time. I want to say as recently as like a couple of weeks ago.
That's fire.
Because my dad's usually on the phone with somebody and anybody. And one day I'm walking by the room and I just hear D. Yeah, so what you been up to, Big D? I know that voice. I've seen The Wire.
Hey. One question. I got one question, and then we can move on to like the meat on the table. In regards to your family's band, how many degrees of separation are from them and say a group like Rare Essence?
A mere few. Like I said.
Okay. Neighbors.
That degree of separation is essentially Big Genghis.
Okay, that's fire, bro. Yeah, I love that.
That's how close that connection was. Like my dad's band was my family band was the like end of that era. It was more towards the end of that era. And so once that era started ending, that's when Rare Essence was like slowly coming into the fold, to my understanding. So they were one of those bands that were like the changing of the guard.
I have one more question that just like kind of like appeared in my head out of nowhere. You know that whole like front porch thing that's going on right now in the DMV?
No.
You don't? So like before I left Twitter, like there's this one account. I don't know the name of the account, but like they have all like this like the DMV greats pulling up to this person's house and cooking up that go-go like that go-go gumbo we all love so much. Just like live from a person's house, live mics, just playing the hits and like bringing some of the goats out there. And I'm thinking you may need to like shoot some emails and be like, hey, so this is my family's band. Y'all should see about seeing like how much it would take to like, I don't know, like get them together for the reunion one time just to like cement the history. I'll send you some shit after the stream, but it just hit me as far as I'm concerned because we have to digitize our culture so like motherfuckers can be like, no, that didn't happen. Like, because you know, like it's one thing if like mugs don't know the history because they're not around, but it's like, oh, we need breadcrumbs to things that like we want to like pass on to the future. Not on some like manipulative type shit, but just like, yeah, this is some shit that like that's been in my family line. Here's them getting together one last time just to like leave their stamp on the new gen. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that.
Oh,
additionally, right? The band never necessarily disbanded per se.
Sure.
Like
sure.
What's left of Mass Extension, and what I mean by what's left of Mass Extension, I mean like the siblings that not only are still alive, they just don't feel like playing anymore.
Sure. I can understand completely. Burnout is real.
They've gone and led like, you know, different lives, and like, you know, my uncle Brian was a part of the band. He doesn't have time for that for real anymore. Like,
I feel that
it was a business. So so like but you know, my Uncle Goody, my Uncle Sheldon, I believe my Aunt Vicky also is still involved, but there, and you know, some you know, family friends of theirs, they're known as West Mob. So
okay,
and that's essentially the spiritual, you know,
successor. Gotcha.
Successor to Mass Extension. So, and they still do, you know, shows and parties and cabarets and things like that every so often. So they're still active.
It's funny. While we've been chatting about it, I went on Discogs, and like I found at least like 6 like vinyl of like Mass Extension.
No shit.
Yes, bro. I'm gonna send you a link.
My dad would be excited to hear that. Here's the thing,
yes,
right?
Bro.
At this point at juncture,
82 to 89 type shit.
Yep, that sounds like a time period. Like the thing about my dad is that he has a bit of a like grudge, I guess you could say, with, you know, with the music industry for the most part.
Rightfully fucking so.
In the sense that, you know, this band was essentially erased from history. There was a BET special commemorating go-go as a genre in its entirety. No mention of Mass Extension whatsoever.
That fucking sucks, dude.
That really burned my dad up.
Respectfully, yeah, I have a big bone to pick with BET in regards to their coverage of our culture in general. Awful coverage.
And the thing is like growing up, I used to think that a lot of these stories that my dad would tell me about, you know, his go-go days were like big fish stories. Even with the like photo album that he has of like, you know, him rubbing elbows with James Brown and En Vogue and so on and so forth. I was like, all right, so maybe he was in a band. He met some famous people. All right, cool. It weren't a big deal. Nah, again, Aunt Vicky, she's the beacon of sanity for these boys. So
Real.
so and she told me one day, she's like, yeah, no, all this is true. Like your dad's not okay, he might be exaggerating, but you know how your dad is, so you can kind of tell what's exaggeration and what isn't. But everything he is saying is essentially fact. Like we've been snubbed over the years, you know. So it's like, um, anytime I do like discuss music and or on the subject of go-go, I do like to bring them up as a form of like, all right, you may know go-go, but do you know ball?
Real. Like, again, like, I don't know if I ever played you Don't Play by Turnstile, because they're a hardcore band from Baltimore. And like the back half of the breakdown of that song is a go-go breakdown. And I'm like, I love it. Just like, even in like Charm City, it's like the roots of this music are everywhere. And just like, for me personally, like as a Gaithersburg High School grad, to hear like a
hold on. Before you go any further, let's not get it twisted, right? Like Baltimore, they do house music. DC,
correct. Baltimore club music, yes, correct.
And you cannot get that like fucked up with each other because they
certainly.
Certainly.
I realize it's very much like really. It's like at this point, it's like, if that's not like common sense, why is a person even talking? You know, like it's just shut up. I hate to like be a gate, but like I'm moving more into my like, we need to gatekeep shit.
Yeah.
A brief side note, like one of the loves of my life, Miss PRT. I'm not finna say your whole government on this stream because like that these people aren't supposed to be in your business.
So big
but like let me say Arkansas Bay hit my phone and was pissed because a particular band recently got a deal with a bigger label because like they were on a Baltimore based label in the hardcore scene, and then got like hey, we finna like they re-signed to a bigger label, and feels as though they were faking the funk, for lack of a better term. And just like, it's very much like, if your concern and passion for your like foundation was real, you wouldn't spend all this time defending like your progression as a group. It's like, oh, like you've got more visibility for your music, but the music is different from when it was. We were like, if you want to say the bread came in, so like we pivoted, you can just leave with that. You don't have to say anything else but that, because these motherfuckers don't know you. But when you go so hard and trying to defend your actions, it's like, so was it real or nah? You know what I'm saying? Because like, we love y'all, but like, you don't have to do, like you always say, you don't lie, you don't gotta lie to kick it.
Hey,
and so
my life's mantra.
And so like, it's like, so say BET, it's like you missed a whole significant chunk of the genre's history with the first pass. When this reunion shit comes up again, just say, hey, we fucked up and we apologize. And like, here's how we're gonna make up for that. It can just be as simple as that. Why are you fucking why do you have to like justify you fucking up? You're a human being. Everybody fucks up. It's like, you told me, I acknowledge it. We're moving the fuck on. And here's how I'm gonna keep from fucking up in the future. It's the basis of my whole. It's the basis of my whole like theory on how we can like uncancel niggas. But somehow it's like, I want to do what I want, and you're wrong for thinking that I was wrong.
It's a formula that not a lot of like celebrities and artists completely understand, and that's how they wind up falling off. I tell you what, I watched a video on YouTube that made me that actually reminded me of what in the hell happened to Aziz Ansari. And
was it the Aloranati video?
The what? Which one?
Was it the one made by that lawyer from New York, the one who cooked up Eric Adams? Was it hers?
I'm not sure who that is, but Alurinati?
Yeah, her.
Yep, the very same.
She's the GOAT.
And she was breaking that shit down, and it made me.
Oh yeah, all of her shit comes correct.
Yeah, and it made
she just cooked up Tory Lanez today.
It made me go, shit. Hey man, I'm not going after chicks anymore, man. This game is too crazy, yo. It is too crazy.
I'm gonna say a thing, and we're gonna get back on track.
I had essentially this a similar approach to Aziz until he like asking for the check so quick, and then I was like, oh, now we're just going left at this point. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, this ain't it, Chief. But like the thing about him is that instead of doing the whole like, you know, the apology and what I'm going to do to get my shit together and actually following through on it, your man just made a whole comedy special explaining what happened and shit. That's
maybe don't.
And then it missed the mark. You know what I'm saying?
Then it's some Chris Rock shit.
Yeah. So like,
fam, here's the thing, right? Here's the importance of community, right? It's like if there are people in your life who love you from all walks of life, if they see you fuck up, they're gonna pull your ass to the side and say, "Baby, you fucked up." You know what I'm saying? If like say, you know, like you're moving to the world, you have people who care for you, who know how like you move through the world, and like say like you're like like your character is being called into question. People who care about you will take up on your behalf, but they'll also hold your feet to the motherfucking fire. And if not a single person that like professionally can do that for you, maybe re-examine that. That's all I have to say about like things of that particular nature. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as I'm concerned, bruv, like I'm more concerned for the people who have everything to lose. Cause my whole shit, because again, I don't want to get too lost in this, but it's like, if it was all good, you still be on motherfucking TV. But like not a single person that I can think of speaks well about you, dog. So like, go find peace with your God, far away from me and mine.
Whole bunch of people out there that have managed to have full established careers without any type of allegations or any type of, you know, dirt coming to light. Case in point,
Keanu Reeves.
Ooh, that's probably
the women damn love them. Keanu Reeves and my man when he takes pictures with the ladies, the hands around the shoulder, no touchy.
That deadass probably is a better example than what I had revved up for this one.
My man was on a movie with what's it called, Miss Sandra Bullock, and you were like, "Oh, what was that like?" They were just sipping champagne, doing each other's nails, bruh. That's Bill and Ted. Don't like play with my dog. That's Shadow the Hedgehog. Don't play with my dog.
That sounds like a fun time, man. But
he pulled up with the motorcycle like, "Hey, what's up?"
My example was going to be LeBron. You gotta understand, right? This kid coming out of his senior year of high school.
Right, they grabbed him right from his yeah.
At 17, 18 years old, he's being like
marketed. Shut in front of cameras.
Exactly. He's being marketed as the king of the NBA.
To this day.
And Nike took this chance on him, and it has paid off for Nike
in dividends.
In 20 years of this dude being a pro basketball player, he hasn't gotten in any type of situation with the law. He hasn't gotten any type of gambling allegations like a certain GOAT. He hasn't.
And I took that personally.
No, nobody in his family like did anything to jeopardize his career. Well, maybe that
leave that for like the real leave that for the real ball knowers.
Maybe that one time his mom may or may not have fraternized with his teammate, but that's neither here or there. And hopefully his teammate's doing well because, well, he's homeless last we checked. So yeah. So yeah, LeBron has gone 20 years with like no
opened a fucking school.
Open an entire school. Now his children are becoming pros. One of his sons is his teammate, and then his other son is
he still in college?
He's going to a Pac-12 school
Woo!
in Arizona. With that being said, right, Bryce James is going to be going up against my best friend's little brother.
So you know personally?
Twice a year. Yeah.
What?
My best friend Damo, his younger brother Amari, plays for West Virginia.
Oh, and they're like the same
they're in the same conference. So yeah. Like that those are gonna be the games
break that boy's ankles.
Those are gonna be the games I'm looking forward to because Amani is essentially my homeboy Damo. But he figured out a
you unk for real, huh, Los?
Like I really am an unk.
Let's go.
I really am an unk.
Come on, unk.
You gotta understand, this is a kid I watched grow up essentially. Like I remember when me and Dom were out and about, or I would like hang out at his house. He'd be watching his sister and Amani, and This is like a little 5-year-old pot belly kid that I just watched grow up into like a behemoth. It's about like 6'8" and cock bees like and is a bully of a forward. Like this kid is going to be
6'8".
Yes, 6'7", 6'8", roughly thereabouts.
Oh, that's scary. Kid, I don't like that.
Mine is going to be something. I truly do believe that. Much like
let me buy a jersey. What the heck?
A lot of homies, buddies. Their children are starting to get into sports, and they're cold. Like my best friend Tiffany, her son Christian, he's playing football, and he enjoys the contact, and that's. As a parent, that's a bit concerning because you might be raising a maniac. But
how old?
He's about 11, 12 at this point.
Oh, he's about to be a beast.
Yeah. So like,
put those flags on him.
At first, according to her, he didn't really like going to practice, but once they started hating it, he started. Apparently, he's starting to become a pig and shit about it. So And then not only that, she married a former NFL player. So, he also got a little bit of help in that wheelhouse too. Like he can, he can learn from experience.
They speak the same language. Okay.
Exactly. Which, man, thank God for David. That's a good man. That is a good man. Putting up with my sister.
Hey, bro, you a whole jerk. Quiet down, bro.
Nah, man.
Quiet down.
Tiff's a wild card. She knows it. So we joke about
that all the time. Wait. Hold on. We're almost like an hour in. We're just bullshitting. I got one more thing I want to tell you about. Because we started with like Jenkins and Jones. Shout out to all the gang. I was like walking to the store, picking hi. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to the gang from Seattle. You know what it is. No, but I'm closing at work. I'm going to the store before I go home. I'm listening to My Mama Told Me. And they have my dog from New Girl on there.
Lamar.
I'm blanking on bros. Yeah, so he's on there. And they're talking about, for some reason, they're talking about South Africa. And man tells that story about Vin Diesel. I wanted to tell it here on the show because I'm a Vin Diesel I'm a Vin Diesel guy. This made me even more because I keep forgetting that Vin Diesel's like from our community, but just this shit. So man said I'm on set for a Vin Diesel movie, and it's kind of weird over in South Africa in regards to like how folk move, like the folk be moving around. And they said, I see some brothers unpacking a truck. White dudes just sitting around. Vin Diesel come over. He said,
"Let me do the voice. Let me do the voice.
Do the thing.
You see that?" And I said, "Yeah." And he go, "I don't like that shit."
So here go Vin Diesel. He go to his security. So security go over to the dude, white man, watching the bros unpack the truck. He look over, see Vin Diesel, tells the brothers, "Hey man, I got it." Just starts unpacking the truck. Here go Vin Diesel. Good boy.
Good boy.
Say now.
All right, man. I fuck with you heavy.
We riding for Vin Diesel because he riding for us.
I fuck with you heavy now.
Ride or die, family.
All right. Now I believe that there is, in fact, some black in you. You know what I'm saying? Now,
that's gang. I don't care what nobody say.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You
look at my white tee right now, bro.
You beat the passing allegations.
Bro, let me, like, if Vin Diesel in my town, I'm buying this with Corona right now, okay? Don't play with him.
For family. So...
Yes. Hey, speaking of family, Papa Haystack said, "Look here, boy. Here's some music. It's my music. I took some notes. We got the playlist in the description if you're interested, and we gonna get to it." So this is Rooster's Groovers, and what we have before us are 5 particular selections, which include but are not limited to. I went to the wrong playlist. Here we go. Dag nabbit. So many clicks and clacks. Yeah. So we have My Girl by the Temptations. You Give Good Love by Whitney Houston. Rest in peace. Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder. The Big Payback by James Brown. Rest in peace. And Thriller by Mike Jett. So, top to bottom, let's do what we do best. First things first. The Temptations have a lot of songs. We have got to stop letting like big box retail play this song everywhere. I want to hear anything else during my 10-hour shift. Respectfully. I don't know if you know, but I was helping out backstage for Mrs. Gaithersburg one year. And one of the girly pops is like, "I'm finna sing My Girl to my mom. I need some backup dancers." And I'm like, "I'll do it." And I'm like, I am filled with regret because I'm sure there's some footage of me out here doing like the Charlton Banks to the Temptations in my little black tee and too short dress pants.
Mr. Gaithersburg, in retrospect, was... I'm glad I dodged that bullet.
I was in it one year. And like people talked through my speech. It sucked.
Yeah. Can't put yourself out there too much in high school. I
mean, I had fun. My dad got to see me sing. That was cool. But like, and I'm pretty sure like the lady who won my 2010, I'm pretty sure we're still Facebook friends. She was really nice. All things considered.
I went to one year. It was pretty sick. I liked it.
Yeah. But the Temptations, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Dave Luna played Moldy Peaches, the jump from Juno. I can't see it, but everybody sees anyone.
Yeah, hey, shout out my boy David, bro. Hey, and shout out our GOAT Grandpa Kimya Dawson holding it down for all the black folk and folk punk. Like, Dawson, I see you. Like,
that's a beautiful song. It is. It's like an awkwardly beautiful song.
Yeah, like they played that on national TV, bruh. We used to have culture. We used to be a great country.
This used to be a proper country.
I'm saying. The Temptations. Tell us about your father and the Temptations.
let's see. Let's go back to the messages.
Oh yeah.
For the Temptations, the greatest singing group ever put together, carried a label to the top so high they had to switch coast. Motown went west from Hitsville and Detroit, and that's his take on his small descriptional take on the Temptations. You understand? My dad texts like an old man, so it's like not a lot of grammar, punctuation. So you really gotta.
Does he like intentionally leave like the 3 periods after every sentence?
Not even 3 periods at the end of every sentence, but he also does that too, but with 2 periods. So
that's what I was going to reach for, like the 2/3 ellipsis.
Very, very unorthodox. So you really gotta catch what he's saying and act. Like my thing is when I read people's messages, I'm actually imagining their voice is saying it. So like, I'm reading his messages and I'm like kind of catching a stroke because his voice is sounding like AI in my head at this point.
Oh no.
Very hard, very tough to do. So, but yeah, that was his take on it for that. He has a few just a couple of sentences about everything he picks for this selection. So with him, it's the Temptations is one of the greatest R&B groups of all time. Like they're pound for pound the best to him, and it's like I can't argue a better R&B group because that group is always going to come back to the Temptations. Temptations was the standard that was set
100%, even to this day.
With R&B groups, you know what I'm saying? They were the mold. So, yeah, I gotta agree with him on that. Now, when you complain about My Girl, while I get your point, it's their biggest hit. That and their rendition of Silent Night. And while they have an extensive discography, the discography didn't not age. It didn't like stand the test of time like My Girl and their Silent Night did.
I disagree.
And that's why.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Oh, easily. Because like while we're chatting about the group, I think to myself, let me just like scroll through real quick and think what other songs kind of like followed them in addition to this one record. And like I remember a particular time in my life when the WB was rebranding as the CW, and they tapped 2 particular artists to sample the Temptations. It was motherfucking Fergalicious Death, and Will I Am sampling Get Ready by the Temptations in this just like particular bastardization of the chorus and pre-chorus. And if that's shady, I don't give a fuck. But I remember that because like just like that, because like, and even if that's not a core memory for you as a millennial, maybe you perhaps watched the Bernie Mac show and they use that same song in just one of the montages of the episodes. Side note to the side note, Mark Phillips, if they come to your door asking about the biopic for Uncle Bernie, you say yes, as long as you get a writing credit. No way. Are you serious? Oh, I can't hear you. We're only an hour in and this is already happening. I'm going to wait till he sees me. Man, this is what having a live audience would help a lot for. Let me see if he texted me. No. Wait, I'm seeing some. Oh. Hi, Jonah.
All right, there we go. Sounds bad.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I'll stop. There we go. I'll stop bullshitting. Just want to say, like, I would make the argument that, like, just my imagination is just, I think, as prominent as My Girl.
I forgot
but I
about
feel
Just
like
My Imagination.
Yeah, but then I guess it's like the accessibility of that one song. It's short and like it is like, for the lack of a better term, it's Black history in 3 minutes.
Yes.
And so I feel like, because like say at my job when it's Black History Month, they just post a pic. They just posted like what 5-6 laminated pictures of like Rosa Parks, Dr. King, Malcolm X, some quotes, no like and like nothing about like say like current Black history or any conversation about reparations. And that's kind of what like reminds me of like the Temptations. It's like I listen to R&B. I love the Temptations. It's like, girl, everyone likes the Temptations. What's really good? You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Like Temptations is like you're supposed to like the Temptations because if you like R&B, that's the Temptations are essentially R&B. They're the standard in R&B boy groups in general. Like, yes, you have your Aretha Franklins, your Diana Rosses, so on and so forth, your female soul singers. But this is one of the first of the like greatest boy bands of all time.
Oh yeah, no arguments. Easily.
Genre
Easily.
defining, yeah and
Yeah.
no.
Well, not now. Of course not now.
No, of course not. But back in that time, absolutely.
Bada bing. You know the vibes. Should we move on before any more technical difficulties find their way to us?
Yes.
Let's talk about album 1, Whitney Houston with You Give Good Love. And it's funny. Here I am complaining about like having to hear My Girl like 3 times a week. But like I don't ever seem to complain when I hear a Whitney record, honestly. I don't ever do. And like I am still like that girl who like gets emotional when I hear I Have Nothing. If I hear I Have Nothing, I'm laid out because I still can't believe how good that fucking song is. Respectfully.
I know this is off of wait, You Give Me Good Love is off of her first album, isn't it?
Yep.
Also in that album, which is one of my favorite Whitney Houston songs, Saving All My Love for You.
That's a banger. Ooh, that's a banger. Ooh, that song is so good.
She's a side piece in that song. Has that ever occurred to you? You know what, man? I was listening to that song one day, and I'm like looking at the lyrics, and I go, huh. Oh, nippy. All my friends trying to tell me find a man of your own. Like, yo, even your homegirls are like, bitch, you need a single man, not a married one.
I will say a couple of things. First things first. Michael Masser, Jerry Goffin, I'm coming for y'all head. Allegedly in Minecraft, but like I'm gonna have to box your ears for writing this song for my go. But two, this is why I hate men. Because why is my goat giving like these vocals, these passionate melodies over a sleaze bag like this, like you. Oh,
but that's the thing, bro. That's the thing, though, right? There are certain there are certain songs that make like very sordid acts feel like
larger than life,
if not beautiful, pretty sexy. Like,
yeah,
you remember She?
By Tyler and Frank?
Hear me out.
Well, you know what? I hear you, because that
Frank
song is definitely some suspicious behavior.
That is a crazy song. That song is insane. But this motherfucker Frank Ocean makes stalking seem like seductive.
We were in the, you know, hey, I hate to be that girl, but I have to say, when they banned my dog in 2 countries, he kind of had it coming.
Oh yeah. He was wild. Tyler was wild.
And like, I don't bang with the crown. Like, as far as like the English crown is concerned, they can all roast in hell, like, respectfully. But the PM didn't.
Like, this one, they were right on this one.
Like, respectfully, like, because like actions have consequences. Yeah. And I have no doubt that the prime minister was doing some racist ass shit.
Sure.
No question. But like, it really, like, but like, it doesn't, it does, like, it's like, because, you know, when people are like, should I get into Tyler the Creator? I tell them, don't go to the original stuff. Don't listen to none of the mixtapes. Avoid the first 4 albums, maybe, if you don't want to be disappointed. Respectfully.
If we being completely honest, he didn't completely get it all out of his system
until Flower Boy.
Flower Boy was the first album where it was all out of his system, because he still had a little bit left in Cherry Bomb.
Oh yeah, we're still getting F-bombs in Cherry Bomb, bro. Like,
we also getting, you know, very unsavory themes as well.
You're definitely getting some Not Like Us type songs in Cherry Bomb,
like
for sure.
Oaxaca, California, like that. Yeah, that's a pretty unsavory subject as well. So it's like he still had it in his system when Cherry Bomb came out, but Flower Boy is the first time he actually like completely grew up. Yeah. So, but with Frank Ocean, it's like just like crooning about, you know, looking in a girl's window while she's like, you know, tending to like,
not whatever. Day away from March 1st. Let's not do this right now.
Crazy, but I like I said, it's crazy. It is crazy subject wise.
These motherfuckers will get away with murder.
But he was crooning the shit out of that Joe, boy. It made it sound like romantic as hell for some reason. Like, you know it's not, but like the blinds wide open.
No, don't sing the song! No!
I'm like,
Frank Ocean. We love you.
I'm so comfortable singing this, but damn, this sounds good.
Frank Ocean, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, like, I miss you. I hope that you never have to come back to this bullshit. I hope they never ask you to write a song for Noah. Say what? Oh yeah, I heard.
It's pretty sick.
And frankly, I'm glad like he wanted us to know what he's up to. I'm glad that someone's taking care of him after all that like he's been through and lost. Like again, like he's been lost. The streets are still hungry for more of his music. We don't deserve another note from this man.
We'll get it when we get it, if we get it again.
Well freaking said. Rest in peace to freaking Whitney Houston, bro. Like,
but like, You Give Me Good Love is the next song too. It is.
Yeah, and like I tried to watch the video for this, but like it's so horny.
That whole first album was pretty horny. But that's the thing I loved about music back in the day, right? You can only, like, you really have to listen or read the lyrics as an adult to realize how horny that song was. But when you were younger and you were listening to this music, it didn't sound anything like horny because it just sounded lovey-dovey.
We were kids, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're saying things and they're using things as code words to make it still sound romantic. They don't do that anymore. That's not a thing anymore in R&B. Like, instead of saying "your love," they just pretty much use the like sexual term for it, like "your cum" or something. Like, it's nothing. It's very right there on the nose, on the face, all over your hands. Like it's just it's not as charming as it used to be. That's the.
Like, if you want to think of it's like, here's a single, come buy the record, and when you buy the record, it's like, now that you're here, let me seduce you. It's like, okay, like I got the record knowing I might find something like this in like in the deep cuts. But like
even with Red Light Special, you know what I'm saying? You know that's a sexy song on the surface.
Right. This is for adults.
It still has a certain level of raunchiness that they don't extend past.
Sure.
Dying art, man.
Speaking of an artist that like I never would assume to be like raunchy in any way, we got Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder.
That song's raunchy?
No, but like, as we recall from like the outro from Greenlight by John Legend and Andre 3 Stacks, even Stevie Wonder got down sometime.
Yeah, that's true. This is fair. Now,
hey, bro. You know what? Yeah, you go first. I'm sorry.
Here's where I kind of disagree with my dad on this one, because
also my man wants to know the tea about good old Stevie. Hey, Jonah, my man Stevie, he always knew where the baddies were. He just knew.
If you want to know the tea on Stevie Wonder, there's an episode of My Mama Told Me that featured Felonious Monk. And the theory was that Stevie Wonder can see.
We're not entertaining this on the last day of Black History Month. Not the meme of Stevie Wonder.
There's your tea, goddammit.
Not the meme. Not the memes of Stevie Wonder. Freaking Carlos.
But I digress.
I beg of you, sir. This is why he moved out of America. He's joking. I swear he's just joking.
I love that bitch.
Bro, my dog is from Norway. He's not from around the block like we be, bro. Don't be roasting my dog.
All right, okay, all right. Well, let me like fully elaborate on that bit. Right?
No, but actually though, in regards to this, like
the joke is that Stevie Wonder
not the meme. No,
I mean, it comes from Norway. I gotta explain the context here. Like the bit is that Stevie Wonder
be online. This is
even though he's blind, like Stevie Wonder really is blind, but he has moments where his like. You know how when one sense is shut off, it heightens your other senses? He has moments like that sometimes where it makes people go, I don't know, man. I don't buy this whole he can't see stuff. And that he would take that joke and run with it.
It's because all his wives were baddies. That's why.
So were Ray Charles's. But they don't say that Ray Charles can see. Fair? And that's why I only take it as a joke. I'll take it 100% seriously. So, but anywho,
I think it's all the hits. That's why
Sir Duke is like the consensus Stevie Wonder hit for everybody. You know what I'm
saying? My
bad,
but yeah, it's because Unc is like actually for sure for real like hand to the Bible like blind. Yeah.
Yeah, he was only able to see anything, if anything, for the first 6 months of his life, and that's when he had a whole what's the word, coronary disease or something like that. And
I didn't even know it was a disease.
Yeah, it caused progressive blindness. So like ever since his first birthday, pretty much he wasn't able to see, or he was able to like he sees shadows. It's not actual sight. You know what I'm saying? So like. But yeah, it's all that turns into a bit, and that he may just be visually impaired. He could really see, but he can't.
After Questlove described like having to like sit down with dude for a production meeting, I know for sure.
Yeah, he's blind, but I like that joke because it's just a funny bit. But anywho, Sir Duke is the like consensus song for all of America when it comes to that. Yeah, Oxygen Rich Atmosphere. That's what did it to him. So
and thank you for like the fact checking, Jonah. We appreciate you. I'm dropping your website in the comments for the rest of the folks.
Yeah, because they brought that up on the episode of My Mama Told Me, but I forgot exactly word for word what it was.
Yeah.
Sir Duke is everybody's favorite song Stevie Wonder song, consensus wise. I kind of get it, but there was it's sure shit not mine. I can tell you that for sure. As a matter of fact,
we did the whole episode about that. Yeah,
my favorite Stevie Wonder song is in the same album, and it's the best. It probably extends past being the best Stevie Wonder songs of all time. It extends to being probably one of the top 5 greatest songs ever created.
Top 50, no question.
No, top 5 and probably not 5.
You say top 10?
I say that seriously with my fucking
wholeheartedly.
chest.
Well, like as a lover boy, I believe you.
What's the word I'm looking for? Is objectively. As is the perfect song. The perfect song. Will you complain that it's long as hell?
Nah,
you look at
I
the
wouldn't.
time and you go, maybe.
I wouldn't.
But then you listen to it and it's a fucking ride that you don't even realize you've been listening for 5-6 minutes.
Nah, I wouldn't like,
because it's that a capture.
Even if I wasn't like a metalhead listening to long songs and shit, it's like if you're listening to music for like the sake of listening to music, you'll love every minute.
However, Sir Duke is the more popular one because it's just it's just a song that like just a love for music. Like my nieces love Sir Duke.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if they 100% realize that it's Stevie Wonder, but they love that song. That's one of their favorite songs to like dance to when they do dance class or cheerleading.
That's so cute. I love that for them, sincerely.
So like, yeah, that it's everyone's favorite song, but it's not my favorite because my favorite song is legitimately the most perfect song anybody could ever possibly compose musically. Like as belong in a musical museum.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I never confirmed this, but like I'm thinking about it because they're doing like the new rock and roll like class later this year in April. And I'm pretty sure Stevie's already there. If not like in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he's definitely in like the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And I specifically know about Sir Duke because and Sir Duke for the record is Duke Ellington, for anyone who didn't know. I was in 3rd grade in public school, my first year in public school, and this particular like music teacher, I don't want to put you out there like that, bro. I don't know if you're still. I don't know where you are and what you're doing these days. I don't want to put you on Front Street. You don't deserve. You don't need to be. I don't need to do all that. But just like, thank you. My boy's always dropping me like some gems whenever he hops in the DMs. I appreciate you, Jonah. He's playing like this is when like you're learning how to play like the freaking recorder and stuff like that.
Sure.
And he had like this big old CD player. He's like, I'm gonna play some music. And he plays Sir Duke. And like, I'm not sure whether I first heard Stevie there at school or via my mom, like in our car. Because she had one of like his like late 90s records on cassette. And like Taboo to Love was like a song that like in my head as a young person. But just like to hear such a dynamic like horn section, you know, like it's my first like experience hearing brass. And like I don't listen to Sir Duke like casually because again, they play it at work every day. And like it's either that, Higher Ground, or That Girl. And That Girl to me is like in my top 5 Stevie records, along with like Overjoyed, All I Do, and Too High from Intervisions.
These were season high numbers for Stevie Wonder in terms of sports. Like
that brother don't miss.
That motherfucker did not miss. Like Sir Duke is like Stevie Wonder's double nickel game. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a very high volume, well played, you know, like how what was one of the songs that you just named? Damn it. Overjoyed. Yes. Overjoyed was like
in Square Circle.
That Overjoyed was his 63 at Boston against Boston, dog. Like Stevie Wonder was going crazy with the music to the point where that was his Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game.
The one no one's ever seen.
No one's ever seen anything like it.
Intended.
No one ever see anything like it ever again.
Oh, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Throw your harmonicas in the air, bro. Throw your harmonicas in the air.
He was in the bag and ass, man. Like, to the point where God had to come down himself and go, all right, you're doing too much. You gotta expose something here.
I know about love. I invented it. About enough.
Right. You're making me tear up. That's enough. You're reminding me of how beautiful it is. I made
it. Side note to the side note. Like, there are like now like YouTube channels like Drumeo or Pianote do like these or Drumble. They have these series of like, this artist never heard this band before. We play it to them without like the with the drums or the piano. And they brought in this guy like around our age, Matthew Whitaker, who plays the keys like a brother and blind. And they're like, have you met Stevie Wonder? And he's like, yeah, when I was a kid. And we just talked last year. And so I loved, or like recently, because there's like this big like music convention called NAMM, and North American like music something or other, and like he got a chance to play keys for Stevie, accompanying him, and like everyone else on stage was like visually impaired, and so it was like just like I love like a GOAT who's paying it forward to the next generation, as like people like paid it forward to him and stuff like that, and like just every every big star has like rubbed shoulders with Stevie at some point or another. And like, I love that I can see his fingerprints everywhere. Like one of my goats, Jacob Collier, has an ass cover because like the significance of like Wonder's work cannot be, because remember, Collier got signed by Quincy Jones and like on like, well, like the management company, but like had a relationship with the man. And on like Collier's first record, he had a Stevie cover of that one song, You and I, that like got featured on Good Times. So just like everywhere I look, I see this man, and like I sincerely just feel better about being alive when I hear his music. And I'm like, I'm so thankful that like our parents were like, you need to know this shit. Not just because like, oh, like obligation. It's like, we enjoyed this and you will also enjoy this.
Exactly.
And that's so freaking beautiful. So like, kudos to your pops for making us like ramble on and on again about like how much we appreciate Stevie, you know?
Hell, man, shout out to both my parents for their musical taste, because while my dad stuck to, you know, the soul and funk as my mother predicted.
She really do love that man, because like he's gonna do this and that. Watch.
Love is a relative term for those two, but that's neither here nor there. So
respectfully, yeah, I got you.
But she knows the man well. That's what really matters here. She knows.
She got the Sharingan on him.
Her hand, exactly. So she knew what it was. And so with that being said, thank her, because she has a more diverse mixture of her favorite songs. So it's like more genre bending. With him, it's like, you know what you're going to get into, but you also know that he's a go-go head too, but he's going to spare you the go-go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these are his wheelhouse. My mom is like a little more versatile.
Right. There's more to life outside your apartment type shit.
Exactly. So
shall we like go a little further back in time to what I could argue is like one of the biggest like diss tracks of all time?
Oh my.
Like, just like not only is because we're talking about the payback by James Brown. Not only was this like a great episode of Everybody Hates Chris, it has so many like specific samples that are pulled from this particular recording. James is he's really ready to just like beat down the door and beat up the op for like disrespecting him and his lady.
Yep.
Bro, just like the way he's just like yelping, screaming, shouting, rapping, like he's cut.
Girlfriend.
That ain't right.
The big payback. That was James Brown's 30 hours. If we being honest, that was James Brown's 30 hours.
Oh no.
That's crazy.
It's and like I'm re-listening to the song while we're getting like the stream ready, and I'm like, oh, this is basically like the bones of King Kunta by Kendrick Lamar, because Manny says I got a bone to pick. I'm like, oh, he's in this James Brown flow. Mm-hmm. I'm putting the keys together, and just like I may have mentioned like also. The Living Abstraction is here live from Africa. My goat, what's good? Shout out Nigeria one time. We were talking about Massive Attack on like the first episode of like our Apple 100 breakdown. Yeah. And Massive Attack, like they're like a production like duo from England, and they have the song called Protection featuring Tracy Thorn of the group Everything But the Girl, and like the wow, wow sample is in that song. It's like pitched it up and placed it way in the back, because like that song Protection, it's very slow, it's very quiet, it's very like very meditative, but just like that consistent like big playback sample just like keeps it tethered to the earth, because it's very much like damn, this is kind of sleepy, I ain't gonna lie. And, Tracy Thorn's doing her soulful white woman John, but like just hearing like wow every like minute or so through the song is just like
it wakes you back up.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes like that slow core, that garage, that just like that trip hop production. It's not for everybody, but just but using a very popular sample, because it's like Massive Attack was like a white black person duo. Like, just like, looking for samples to fit into like the new canon of like their creation.
Yeah.
And like, with just like the Amen break being based from James Brown, just like his yelps being sampled in various just like EDM or like hip hop beats. Like there's just so much like stuff to mine from this song. And true to like LA's form, he's like, this was the op that James Brown may have been mentioning.
Huh. Quite possibly. I'll have to ask my dad about that. He probably knows. Matter of fact, let me see if we can get a text back from him before the end of this episode about that.
Yeah, for sure. Do that. Yeah, we are live, y'all. It is 4:01, last day of Black History Month. Here in the good old US of A. We've been going in for an hour and a half. We are firing on all cylinders as per fucking usual, baby.
I just texted him. I go, would you consider The Big Payback as a beef song?
Oh, man, for sure. Brown for sure had beef. He had murder on his mind.
So we'll put a pin on that for now.
Yeah.
That said,
wait, bro, because he said, I'm a son of a man, but they don't tell you what Papa can. Hey, bro.
That said, his take on it, well, it's just in general, this is his favorite song. And the Godfather of Soul was his mentor and the hardest working man in show business. Period. So
yeah.
So am I, Jonah. So am I.
Bro, hey, Los, did you ever hear like the Bootsy Collins story about James Brown, bro?
I may have heard it, but run it back.
Just the John where like, Parliament Funkadelic, they're just getting started. And like, I think like they were in like the area where James Brown was just at. So they'd like just be hanging out where he and like his squad would be. And like, James Brown, like as like talented as a musician he was, like he was he was a perpetrator of DV and like really, really hard to work with. And so Bobby Bird is like, yo, Boosie, James wants y'all to come play a gig. I got the PJ right now. Pull up. And they're like, oh, word? Okay, bet. Thinking they're just going to like open for James Brown. No big deal. Like, oh, like we need an opening act. Slide. Like, come to the airport. Boots like, mama, we finna play a show with James Brown. Oh, shit, y'all be safe. Have fun. They go. And Bobby Bird's like, y'all are the band for James Brown. Everyone else quits because they weren't getting paid. And they're like, And so they get there, and James Brown's like, what's up, y'all? You ready to rock? And it's like, bro, we don't know none of your songs. He's like, baby, I'm James Brown. Everybody know my song. Just follow my lead. And they're like, okay. So they're playing as James Brown band for a period of time. They're in Africa. And they're like, Bootsy, we're not getting paid. This is why those last guys quit. You got to tell him to run us the check. And he likes you the most. Go talk to him. It's like, no, bro, you're going to mess it up for me. Don't do that, bro. I was like, Bootsy, we got to get paid, bro. So he goes up there. He's like, Brown, man, listen, man. I'm like, you need to run us that check. And he's like, that's hilarious. Like, don't talk to me about this again or you're going to regret it. And he's like, man, all right, cool. And like, Bootsy, we need to get paid, bro. You need to talk to James. And he's like, James, man, like, the boys tell me we finna get paid, bro. Like, what's happening? What's going on? And they got sent right back to where they came from. It's like, brother, I'm James Brown. You don't ever tell me what to do. And I'm just like, and just Bootsy's talking about this casually, like Questlove and the gang, like, oh yeah, baby, like that's just the kind of time he was on, bro. And I'm like,
yeah, because see, to my knowledge, James Brown paid my Uncle Gary.
And maybe that's probably why, because it's just like, maybe I'll avoid these problems if I pay these people. Huh. What a concept.
Look, man.
Pay the musicians.
The West family rode like a very diet version of DeBarge.
Say less.
They you know, fresh face, pretty boys, so on and so forth. They'll fuck you up. So, you know, Uncle Gary got his money.
I've seen the hate. Bro, the way you and your brothers could be a wrestling faction, like, no question.
My older brother too cool for everything, man. I already see the vision. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it twice over.
Right, because like y'all are real ball knowers. You've already like just been in the culture for how many years at this point? Dang, we could have made some bread if we had like a Montgomery County company, bruh. We could have made some bread.
Me and Kinez could be tag team champs already. Caleb would just be our manager.
Like, he'd be your Paul Heyman, no question. Everyone get roasted in the
He's
in
the
the
family
locker room.
mouthpiece anyway. He might as well go ahead and make that a whole public thing.
Let me talk to you.
You know what I'm saying? My older brother would be hella good on the mic too, because he talks so much shit.
Lord have mercy, bro.
He's slick.
I don't want to get roasted by that man ever again. Are we on? Speaking of which, are we topping him to like EP an episode or nah?
I'm gonna try to talk him into it, but we're gonna move on to Kinez while we negotiate this.
All right, that's he might be the last one we get, respectfully. Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah. Because
all right,
he is a relatively busy person.
That's fine. That's fine.
We
don't ask for much. Exactly. We don't ask for much. I don't want to be a burden. You know what I'm saying?
So
for your folks to like have given us this much, it's more than enough. Like
exactly. This has been enough. I mean, my parents is really the main goal of this, to be honest, because they're the previous generation. They're the
passing recipes down.
Exactly. They pass the recipes down. But the main reason why I'd want Caleb's take on it is because he's the reason. Well, he's the reason why I love hip hop.
Gotcha. Right. Okay.
Do you
think he'll be on camera with us or not?
Fuck no.
Okay. Fair enough.
like I said, the list isn't rich enough. That man is too cool. He's
I will
too
take
cool
what I
for
can get.
Everything, bro. He is too cool for everything. So when it comes to things like like that one episode of Gorilla Gang where he just dropped in, that was unplanned.
He aired out the whole room, bruh.
He just felt like doing that. You know what I'm saying?
He really just he's like, cut my music.
Pretty much.
Talk to you.
And just cut a promo on everybody. Yeah. He felt
aired
like
out
doing
the whole space. No one asked for the smoke. He just came and RKO'd everyone.
Exactly. You gotta get him to feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
If I get he can name 5 songs and that should be a problem for him.
For sure. Should we do our last John?
Yep, because I got a bone to pick about the last John. Let me tell you something.
Okay. Hey, for the record, top of the discussion, scandal acknowledged. Let us begin.
Macaulay Culkin said nothing happened, bro. I take his word.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
Fair enough.
I have listened to this man on 2 separate occasions since 2018, on the anniversary of my father's death and New Year's 2025. Mm-hmm. Scandal acknowledged.
Now let's move forward.
let's get it over with, bro. Like, this is why I saved it for last, because there's gonna be some mess talking about this individual in particular.
Then, not to mention the fact that
this direct Padawan of James Brown.
then my how I perceive this song in general is not going to help his case either. But
Lord have mercy, bro.
Let's continue.
Why of all, again, thousands of songs for all we know, he picks this one? Why? What is the rationale of our good Papa Haystack West?
I agree. He does need his ass whipped for this one, but
oh, Lord have mercy.
That's exactly how I feel about Thriller, as not an album, because the album is amazing.
Sure.
The album in general is amazing.
Tigers and shit, sure.
But boy, oh boy, fuck that song. I hate Thriller. I hate Thriller so much. Why? Because Thriller is why I have a psychological disorder against Michael Jackson in the first place. Let me tell you a story.
Lord have mercy.
When I was about 3 years old, this is when we first moved into this very home.
Wow. Okay. Talk to me.
All right. I had trouble sleeping, or I woke up late one night or whatever. My parents were in bed watching VH1 before bed. And, I hop in bed with them. They asked me if I like Michael Jackson. Sure, I like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you're 3,
At this
of course.
point, I'm 3 years old. That's pretty much all you've been playing lately. So it's like, all right, cool, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, sure.
The video to Thriller starts.
And I want to say, for the record, I intentionally left that video off the YouTube playlist because I'm like, there's no need for all this.
You just got the song.
Yeah. I didn't even put the short version of the video. I'm like, there's no need for this, because I had never seen the entire thing until this year, and I'm like, this is kind of fucked.
Yeah, I watched it in its entirety at 3 years old, and let's just say I got no sleep for the next month and a half after that. That's one of my first core memories. Yeah. So to this day, even, and
cut that shit off.
Yeah, exactly. To this day, I hate that song. Every once in a while, on every occasion, I'll have a nightmare, and it's a reoccurring nightmare. It's essentially the same nightmare that's progressed with me as I've gotten older. By context,
God, I'm so sorry.
I'm walking home. And I get to the top of the hill, and I see at the bottom of the hill, zombie Michael Jackson. I run across the street. I get across the street. Zombie Michael Jackson's on the other side of that street. I run to my house. I get to the front door. I fumble for my keys. I turn around. Michael Jackson is right there. And he's like, Yeah.
No, Loans.
And then I wake up in cold sweats. So,
bro, I am so sorry, bro.
Imagine the terror that I had to deal with
as a munchkin. Nah, forget about it.
When Michael Jackson actually died. Now this is on the table for reality. Now, we've never seen a zombie apocalypse ever happen, but if it does happen, now I got that to worry about above all the other zombies. Compensate. Yeah, that's for true. Nonetheless, ever since then, I've just been like, hey, fuck Thriller, dog.
Hey, bro, like, because, you know, like, most parents are like, oh, you know, like, this is my mother, God bless my mother, like, did a similar, hey, let me see if he's still in the chat. My dog, LA, like, because, again, same chat, we're talking about the Apple Top 100, whatever. This is, like, the episode specifically about, like, LA's choices for the albums he picked. And he mentioned, Ray Charles, his country album, because most of it is just, like, covers of popular country songs. And, like, you know, it's Ray Charles. Quality. And
I'm not shaking my head at that. I just saw an ESPN notification. Joel Embiid's out for the rest of the season. The process. Some process, but continue.
Hey, bro, it's to be in Philadelphia with the 76ers for the last 5 years, bro. Because I don't really watch basketball, but, like, since I work in retail, a lot of brothers, they come in the store, stank face. You can't say that man's name in my city, bro. Him and that other guy, that Simmons fellow.
Ben Simmons? Trash. I'm going to text Kenny. I'm going to text Kenny after this.
Pray for that man,
that text
bro.
is just going to be...
Specifically the laugh from this song.
Parentheses, gasp.
Put that brother on ice, bro, respectfully.
I love that man to death, but hey, he talked too much about this whole process. No.
Let me get back on track, because, like, he remembered what I'm talking about.
Okay, mine sounds like country western music.
From this album is a song called "I Can't Stop Loving You," and I only know this song because my mother, like, again, God bless her, she loves the library, and she's like, I got 3 kids in this house. What am I finna do or put in front of them to get them out of my hair for 2 hours a day? A bunch of movies. And, you know, she's in a hurry. She got things to do. She grabbing a bunch of movies? In anime. Perfect. Brings it home. This particular film she had us watch was a movie called Metropolis. It is easily one of the greatest sci-fi anime films I've ever seen in my entire life. But boy, oh boy, I was too young to see it. In regards to just like societal collapse, gun violence, just like the concept of just like artificial intelligence as a concept. You know what I'm saying? Like revenge.
It terrified you in a radical,
I was just like
way.
Like, it's like there's a massive explosion in the film, and when the big bad hits the button, like, you hear Ray Charles as a way to, like, kind of like soften the blow of all, like, the calamity I'm seeing on screen.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck are we watching right now? And so that song is just in there. And, like, you know, like, I never would have put 2 and 2 together. Oh.
I still don't feel ready for that movie. Yeah.
Like,
some movies like that for me too.
Just cast a protection spell over yourself. And I watched the dub for this particular film because, like, you know, you didn't have that delineation when you were a kid. Like, just like cartoons were just cartoons. Right. You know what I mean? And so, like, everyone in that booth, they were doing their thing. Like,
they were cooking.
They really were just, like, going into, like, the deepest part of their trauma and just, like, laying it all in the booth. And so I can relate to you in that particular way. All I want to say about this song in particular, and I may or may not have mentioned, as a younger person in middle school, I had access to my parents' collection. They had History Part 1 by Michael Jackson. And like not having context for like MTV or VH1. Like I didn't have access to those things as a younger person. So hearing this music, I'm like, I have my own ideas for what like the video could be, or like because I thought like History Part 1 was like more or less a soundtrack to a movie in my brain. And so I thought like, okay, there's like a main character. He's like the cool guy, always gets the girl. He can dance. He has a car. Like he can rizz up any shorty in the club. And so I'm thinking maybe like Thriller like the backdrop to like say, because I somehow thought of like History Part 1 as like Fame. Like if you ever seen the movie Fame about like that art school and whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, maybe they want to shut the school down. But then like this like next year's talent show determines whether we should keep the school open or not. So they like terrify the budget like the stockholders, like, oh, like if you shut down the school, we'll haunt you or whatever the heck. Yeah. Because I'm like, I never like heard a song like so like passionately describing like a monster in like a pop format that wasn't like just like played up for laughs and shit. Like, why is this song so
right?
What is the, because like, and you know what's so like not funny but like random how like if you watch the video for Thriller, it's like, for the record, for spiritual reasons, this video is not related to the occult. It's like what is the reason? Like, is it because like bro was like a Jehovah's Witness? That way he had to do that.
And B, they were catching shit about it.
Oh, right, because like, you know, like since he's the king of pop and like the greatest like pop star and whatever the heck, it's like, oh, like, see, he's in the Illuminati or whatever the heck. It's like,
exactly, he ain't want anybody. Make no mistake, don't get the wrong idea, everybody. Like, this is just
for
a music
fun.
video. It's just for fun. Has nothing to do with the occult or anything like that. So don't get any type of ideas. Now, around that time, you really had to make a type of like,
right, because this is when like parents could like call the TV station or like send in a very like impassioned letter. Like, probably like if like had your parents could have like wanted to go down the route of like, oh, y'all terrify my 3-year-old by putting like the full video on VH1. Like, we need a little bit of that cheddar. They could have made that decision if they wanted to. So like, cool, I guess. Whatever.
This is before social media, so when they were calling in, they were calling directly to what counts. You know what I'm saying?
And not for nothing.
To the abyss.
Not for nothing. Considering like the kind of content we have on like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and Apple TV, certain things for sure need triggers. Absolutely. There was a popular anime on Netflix that needs at least 3 of them, just for things that I wasn't prepared to see, that I know that would like hurt my friends if they saw it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Oh yeah, for sure. Like, all but directly, just like Abel Tesfaye, just referencing like, I made a deal with the devil to become a pop star, and like for the video for like I Can't Feel My Face, and like songs like Sacrifice and things of that nature, and whatnot, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely was like, even before like telling me the discourse, seeing this, hearing dude hear the on his newer songs, I'm like, huh? Popstar Weekend?
Now, cool. I will say this though. Additionally,
because we're gonna wrap up soon.
Yeah, I will say this though, that the album around the title song is a perfect album.
Joints, it has some joints.
Now, again, my feeling of Thriller is merely subjective, for the simple fact that it's a personal type of deal. But if I didn't, have this personal ordeal with Thriller, that's an exceptional song too.
Shout out Quincy Jones and them, bro. They were really doing their shit. Hey, shout out Toto for being the backing band of that album.
Like, yeah. Hey,
we're not. Listen, I know it's Black History Month. We're not talking about Africa.
I love that. I love that song because Wiz and
really
Currency sampled it for a song, and that song goes crazy too. Hey, that song goes crazy. Oh, I love that song. Currency give me one of my favorite.
Shout out to Spitta Andretti.
Michael Knight got your bitch on the bus playing Excite Bike. I was like, yeah, that's what's up.
Bless the rains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa be busting the strings, if you know what I mean.
I'll tell you what, this recent season of Shoresy, yes, new episode of Shoresy, by the way.
Ferda.
Dog, that's literally what this season is. It's big Ferda hours, dog. Like, not even in that sense, like literally for the boys, dog. Like this season is just like about the boys. And like that's what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's so dope about this season. But like there was one song they did because they're like mentoring a bunch of junior hockey players that are like get ready to, you know, go to their respective teams and shit for the after the summer. So they're spending the summer mentoring them. So one dude's trying to get this one chick or whatever, and they try to teach him to like pretty much
the turn of the neck.
Essentially like put yourself out there for her. And you know,
okay, be honest, be vulnerable,
be vulnerable. That's what I'm looking for. Like, it's okay to embarrass yourself because you know it could get you the girl. Because you know this motherfucker Shoresy goes and does karaoke for Laura Moore every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And he can't sing for shit. So that's pretty much what they're instilling in him or whatever, right? So they did this one jump. I don't know. I forget where I've heard this song, right?
Talk to me.
However, it's by System.
Up and down?
Nah, just System.
System.
Oh man, dog. I wish I remember the song. It goes, baby, yeah. Feels like a month with you.
From the 80s?
Yeah. That joke, like they played that song or whatever for him to like as an example, like you know what the song like is saying and like how the lyrics, you know, is supposed to mirror how you feel about that girl or whatever. And that joke just immediately unlocked the memory. I was like, dog, I've heard this song before.
What is this melody?
So it got to a point where I'm singing along with Shoresy and them.
Ferda.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, it's such a good season, too. It brought me to tears, all of that, man, because Shoresy was really going through it because now he got to figure out life after hockey because he's done.
Oh, he's cooked.
Yeah, like the last episode of last season was like when he like said at the end of the episode, "I can't go." That was it. It was like a pretty much a like you know reference to go to you can't go no more, and he couldn't go anymore. So like this season is him transitioning from being a player to his life after hockey, and they're like still hot off winning that championship. So they also spent all summer celebrating. And
all right,
that's the whole thing itself. But yeah, definitely get hit.
Look, that's the show. Honestly, we did 2 hours, 5 songs. It's a big shout out to Los's Pops.
Good old Daryl West.
Good old, you know, shout out to the GOAT. It's the last day of Black History Month. You know, like, here's the thing, right? If you don't like have like if you're not in community with Black people, we're not gonna fault you for that. There are only so much of us in the country, but take a look outside. you have some responsibility and like just like shifting the narrative away from just like the fash. They're coasted on vibes because like these dummies have a lot of money and like not a lot of their intelligence stat is not filled out. And thank God for that, because that means we can probably beat them at their own game. So don't give into the bullshit. Support Black people in some like in a material way, like elevate their businesses, elevate their arts, consume Black art. And like if you don't because like these motherfuckers are like, I don't understand Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. It's not that hard. Like if you care, like someone's gonna break it down for you. A lot of people already have broken it down. Get on Substack, get on YouTube.
Even though we should have to. Like
certainly, but like like there is a war against like educating yourself about us, the things that have happened to us, the things that are happening to us. Every episode I drop a link to rescue.org because we left out the nations in turmoil at this time. Sierra Leone, North Kurdistan, Nigeria, Cuba, Lebanon, Bangladesh, Hawaii, Ghana, South Sudan, Darfur, Burkina Faso, Myanmar, Mali, Somalia, Niger, Ethiopia, Yemen, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Palestine, to say nothing of like all the nations in South America that are going through some shit. Take a look outside. Take a look through the internet. Like, just like care. Like, because if you care, like you'll notice some things. Like, show up for your community. Show up for Black people. Women's Month is March, so show up for women. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen to Black women.
Hey, and like, hey, what's it called? Shout out Venezuela. Like I didn't even know if stuff was going down in Venezuela, but because of my connection to Jonah, now I do. I have no excuse not knowing things and telling other people what I know. You know what I'm saying? So like
until they when
you learn something, pass it along. When you're in community, you can tell people like, oh, like, hey, how's it going? Well, this is what I've been thinking about. This is what I've been like concerned about. It's not easy, but that's why you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? To any Karens who may stumble upon like our stream, DEI includes you too. You know what I mean? So when you stick up for for people who are more marginalized than you, you also it is a benefit to you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to protect each other's and we want to protect ourselves. So
you're not a white man. That's what it really boils down to.
Jonah said the best. Intersectionality
you're not a white man,
is
you're
key
DEI,
here, bro.
Essentially.
You know what I'm saying? Like DI affects veterans. If you'll say you gave your life for the country and like all you have left are like battle scars and really bad dreams. Like that includes you too. We want to prevent our babies from going to war, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Pick a specific lane. All you gotta do is just care. You know what I'm saying? In the most like authentic way you can. Care about yourself. Like what are my calls to action? Freaking wear a mask when you go outside to protect yourself and your community. Drink water to protect your body. Say you love yourself. I love you to yourself, because you need to be reminded. Because like before like someone like sees your post and leaves a bad comment, you might say like a bad comment to yourself in your head. You have to dispel those things. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to go like whether like you're sleeping with like your partner or one night stand, like you're in your own head. Like make your own head a comfortable place to be. It is not easy, but there are tools. There are helpers who want the best for you. Like me and good old Los. We want the best for you, even if we never meet you. Even if we don't share a blunt with you or a meal with you. We want the best for you, bruh. That's why we're sharing these freaking records. That's why we're sharing these freaking memories. That's why we're sharing these freaking laughs, bro. Like, we got more for you in March. We got fire for that ass. Like, probably late March, because I may have overbooked myself this month. Oopsie daisy. But,
actually, that is perfect for the simple fact that you won't believe whose birthday is in March.
Who?
The subject of our next episode.
Hey.
So that's perfect.
Yo, hey, shout out to Bowser to text us back.
No, he did not. He must be busy.
Okay. It's all Gucci. I might leave a comment later after this goes up. Just
that
like
motherfucker's a tradesman, so it's like he
on the grind.
He could be doing anything right about now regarding a house.
Right. He might text us tomorrow at this exact time. Like, huh? Oh, my bad. Do-do-do.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
he'll probably come in and be like, "Oh yeah, I got your text. Why don't you text back?"
I love a guy like that who like will get a text from you
Dude.
and come over to like actually respond to what you said in person. It's like, you could have texted me. Why would I do that? Love it. Love it. You like it. I love it. Hey, if your brother wants anything for his birthday, let me know off camera. Like, we gonna make it happen. We go sweeten the pot for him somehow.
I'll let him know.
Okay. Then I think with that, we're gonna get going. We love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. This isn't goodbye. It's not even farewell. We'll just see you later. Power
Later,
to the freaking
taters.
people. Yes, exactly that. Anything else, or should we just get out of here?
That's rest in peace, Gene Hackman.
Ooh,
Rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah. Oh gosh. When I saw her face, I'm like, I know that person.
I damn near teared up, bro. I said, not Harriet the Spy, man. Come on.
I remember seeing Harriet the Spy commercials on TV.
Man, I loved her in Eurotrip, and Eurotrip is like one of my top 5 favorites.
That's usually like a millennial's first R-rated movie, bruh.
Bro, she was funny as shit in Eurotrip.
I follow who's man who plays Matilda? I follow her on Blue Sky. They were childhood friends. I really, all bullshit aside, I really do help shorties in a better place. Honestly, bro.
Yeah.
That makes me really, really sad. But like, it keeps that shit keeps me on the ground. Like, you never really freaking know what's going on with the person. Yo, like, go in light and go in love, y'all. We really, really do appreciate y'all time. A big shout out to the gang who stopped in with us. Shout out Big C, all the way out in Seattle. Shout out to my boy Jordan the Unknown, all the way out in Europe. I'm gonna put his website in the comments, please. Commission some art from my goat. He had a specific recommendation for Black History Month. I'm gonna scroll down to it. Ba-bam. Shout out Judah. You know what I'm saying? And ba-bam. Shout out my goat, the living abstraction himself. Go watch that boy's video essays. I'm trying to prevent my dog from coming back to the country. I'm like, bro, why don't you come back here when you are in the motherland? Stay right there.
Get that CD back from your cousin. Like,
yeah, what the heck? We have to spin back on his cuz. I ain't gonna lie, cuz. Oh, what? Oh, well, baby, I will mail that to you. I will find the VHS. I will mail that to you. Guaranteed. Wow. Like, wow. Yeah. Okay, y'all, for real. Thank you so much. Los, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Haystack Hates Your Music. Well, in this case, Haystack loves his dad's music. With that being said, we're off this.
And we out. Thanks again. We'll see y'all soon. Godspeed.